Just outside Edinburgh, Special Operations Response paramedics Dan and Lee are heading to the scene of a car crash.
275 acknowledged.
So far, they have very little to go on.
A 50 mile an hour approximately head-on collision, is that correct, Evan?
50 mile an hour Ford Focus at the back of a BMW X6 SUV. BMW stationary. The Focus has hit the back of it. Stationary.
Aye. The engine block could be right upon the patient's legs. They could be mechanically trapped. If they're mechanically trapped, then they could have all sorts of trauma to their lower limbs, to their torso. Fire service are on scene and they're already starting to try and cut the patient out. Right, so what's...
The driver is complaining of severe neck pain.
If somebody's travelling at 50 miles per hour and hits it at the back of a stationary vehicle, then I would be expecting them to feel some sort of pain, and especially in the neck area. We were taking no chances. So in a job like that, one of the members of staff will get in, or one of the fire service will get in the back and they'll hold the patient's neck still. We'll apply a C-spine collar.
The risk of further injury to the driver's neck means paramedics can't get him out of the vehicle safely until their fire and rescue colleagues cut away the side of the car. The complicated entrapment of the patient triggered the trauma team to be scrambled. They're arriving from Glasgow now on HeliMed 5.
Look all right.
Made up of consultants and practitioners from paramedic and nursing backgrounds, the trauma team is sent to assist should advanced medical interventions be needed to save lives. As fire and rescue prepare to remove the last piece of the car trapping the patient, Lee and the team work out a plan to safely extricate him.
They're going to get the KEDs on him, and while they're getting the KEDs on him, or they're just about finished, we'll bring the trolley bed out just to save it getting wet. So we're going to put him onto the spinal board and then scoop him off it in the motor.
The trauma team check the patient, but they can't do a full assessment until Lee's team get him out.
Maybe when we start to thing it, we'll be able to get it up then, when we start to recline it.
There's just one final obstacle, the driver's headrest in their way.
Yeah, all copied. Patient remains trapped.
Oh, you could snip it, eh?
We could just snip it off if you want.
That would help, aye. Is that all right? Right, I've got your glasses. I'm going to put them in your case, right? And we'll make sure they go with you. Nothing worse if you can't see, eh?
With the help of fire and rescue, the headrest is cut away and the extraction can finally begin. Cautiously.
We use every precaution possible to save that person's neck, because at the end of the day, one wrong move and that person could end up in a wheelchair. A KED's basically like a corset that goes round the patient's body and it keeps their neck totally still and their whole spine in neutral alignment, and it makes it a bit easier for us to actually manoeuvre the patient out.
Okay, we're moving the board.
Right.
Same call, same again, he's all ready. Yep. 1, 2, 3, go.
When we get him on the stretcher, we've got to lie him flat and loosen off the straps of the KED. So all precautions were taken. We have fully immobilised the guy. From there, he got transported into the ambulance.
In the ambulance, the trauma team from HeliMed 5 can finally get to properly examine the patient's injuries.
Skinner, there's his phones and his specs.
Oh, my fingers are freezing.
I know.
My toes are freezing.
So the doctor and the paramedics for the air ambulance have been in and assessed the patient. They reckon he's got some muscular injury to his torso, so they won't be taking him by helicopter because he's not critically injured. They'll take him by road to Forth Valley. And if the person stays locally, then yeah, it's ideal that he goes to Forth Valley, because if he's going by helicopter, he'd end up going to Queen Elizabeth. That's at the far side of Glasgow. Good result for the patient.
Not such a good result for his car.